Okay, I'd like to talk about the courses that we run. We have the ones we're talking about in this event today is art, design, and media. So if we can go to the next slide, please. We have two levels, excuse me, within our courses. Firstly, we have a level 2 course. That's a 1-year program that enables learners to experience a range of core skills, and that prepares them for internal progression to level 3 qualifications within the department. This course is designed for those who are intrigued and motivated by art and design, and they want to explore and develop and test their creativity within a structure that provides a sound base of learning, skills and knowledge, and also builds their confidence within the subject, preparing them for the next level up. We have 2 level 3 art design pathways. The first is a 1-year level 3 foundation. This is an exciting 1-year intensive program for 18 plus students who want to build a portfolio ready for applying to university or an apprenticeship. The program is designed to further develop the learner's prior experience in art design by building on skills already acquired with a challenging approach to ideas and developing specialisms. The other level 3 art course we run is an extended diploma. This is a 2-year course that allows more time for the learners to explore and then confirm their area of specialism, whilst developing a portfolio ready for applying to higher education, apprenticeship, or employment within the creative sector. Both these level 3 courses have been designed to provide students with the relevant knowledge, understanding, and skills needed to pursue a career in the art, design, creative industries. The courses introduce students to the main areas of art and design and provides learners with practical experience, as well as enabling them to focus on specific subject areas in greater depth. At the end of each of our year, students, whether they be on the first or the second year of the level 3 extended, or any of the courses that we run, they complete a final major project, which is a self-directed project based on their area of specialism. This they write in negotiation with the tutors, but it's the project that showcases skills that they've learned throughout all of the year. Okay, next slide, please. We have specialist courses within the area. We have art, design and architecture. This is a specialist pathway designed for students interested in pursuing a career in the digital creative industry. On this course, students learn traditional art design skills alongside the latest 3D digital technology used in today's leading creative industries. Course components include perspective drawing, CAD, studio practice in all mediums, an understanding of problem solving and creative thinking in design, research and design development, and employing traditional and digital technology to create and produce their outcomes. In the first year of this course is what we would call the exploratory stage. Students explore presenting design ideas using traditional digital media and take on a variety of 2D and 3D workshops to develop their skills, understanding of processes and materials. In the second year, of all of our 2-year courses, this will be where the students then, they focus on a specialism. In this course, it could be architecture, interior design, set design, or product design. The first year leads them to that point of specialism, and it's the second year where they specialise. Okay, next slide, please. Fashion. We have a great fashion department with excellent facilities. Our fashion course has been designed for anyone interested in pursuing a career in fashion and clothing. The fashion pathway provides our learners with industry relevant technical skills, a creative grounding that prepares them for progression, again to HE, apprenticeship or employment within the specialist sector of the fashion industry. The emphasis of our fashion course is practical and vocational work. The course content has been designed to reflect the talent and skills sought by employers within the fashion and textile industry. Next slide, please. Photography, another one of our specialisms. Our level 3 photography course has a strong industry focus. As well as the learning of core skills in camera work, studio lighting and digital editing, students undertake a series of vocational assignments in fashion filmmaking and photography, commercial advertising photography, and magazine layout and design. Industry knowledge is enriched with client work experience, competitions, and gallery visits. At the end of the course, students graduate with a professional website and public exhibition of their work, and with good progression to university and a variety of fields, including commercial photography, photojournalism, fashion photography and communication, media, and film production. Next slide, please. We run also level 2 and level 3 media production courses. Our level 2 course on media is, again, a one-year program that enables the learners to experience a range of core skills within media that prepares them for internal progression to the level 3 media course. For the level 3, if your aim is to be the next award-winning director, producer, scriptwriter, editor, or anything else in the film and TV world, then your journey would start here within the media with one of our media production courses. This course provides anyone with an interest in media to explore, develop, and test their creativity, preparing them, again, as all of the courses do, for higher education, apprenticeship, and employment within the creative media industry. Students on the course complete challenging project briefs that introduce them to a variety of film genre and technical skills, and this is underpinned by solid film theory and reflection. They learn script writing, how to operate high-spec cameras, learn about lighting and audio recording techniques, and have access to professional Mac-based studios, recording, audio facilities, and green screen room. The media course leads to careers in media production, communication, public relations, and advertising and journalism. But it opens up many more doorways for these students on this course. Next slide, please. Okay, what I've spoken about is the courses within art and media. What I want to do now is just talk about the qualification, what we call the study program. But before I do that, I just want to say about our staff. The staff within the area have excellent links with industry, are expert in their field, and the majority are successful practicing artists. The department has a state-of-the-art 2 and 3D facilities, and in each workshop, our learners have access to specialist technician support. Again, all of them specialists in their own fields. So the study program. The study program comprises of 4 elements. The first element would be the main qualification, which would be one of the courses that I've spoken about. English and Maths is part of our study programs. That would be for students who haven't achieved 4 and above in their GCSE grades. It is compulsory and it's a requirement for the students to attend sessions with us. And obviously they will need this for their CVs, progression to higher education and employment. So it's compulsory that they attend and achieve that. Another part of the study program is work experience. Our students, throughout all of the all courses, level 2 and level 3, they have to complete work experience with us. That could be that they will be engaging with an employer, they would be set design challenges. We have media students going out filming. We have photography students could be doing commissions for people in the community. There's a whole range of different things. And the staff can actually tell you that when we get to the questions and answers. But it is an element of the study program. Employability, enterprise and pastoral, which is what comes under EAP. Employability, there will be that will be linking again with employers. That we would also have coming under this open access workshops. It's all about the whole experience that the students have with us while they're with us on their journey of learning. So these 4 elements is what makes up the study program of any of our courses. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, the courses, what we're about is the units are designed to introduce the subjects, develop skills and knowledge, so that the learners can access understanding and application. leading them through their journey with us. They'll be undertaking challenging creative project briefs, which they will have to complete, and all the work is assessed throughout the year, leading to 1 grade at the end of the year, which would be the final major project. The purpose of the journey with us is to get them to progression, so that they're moving to internal progression, whether it's level 2 moving up to level 3. Higher education, we have a very high proportion, 90% plus of our students on level 3 get through to their first choice in higher education, or whether it's an apprenticeship or working in industry. Next slide, please. This is just to give an indication of the type of work experience that our students do. The top images is the spotlight, is where our students have worked with actresses, or we've had producers or directors that have come in wanting to use our green screen room. Students would get involved with that. There is another opportunities for work experience where students may have worked on a mural. We've done lots of work with Barnet Hospital, but we've just bullet pointed a few, and it really is a few. We have a very historic background of working with lots of employers and engaging in excellent opportunities for our students. Okay, next slide, please. Enrichment throughout the area to support their timetable sessions. We offer extracurricular activity. Students can attend live drawing sessions. It would be open access for the students. It's not part of their timetabled session, but this is extra sessions that they can go and engage with and do extra work, learn new skills as part of their study program that they need to explore. Or it can be an opportunity to go into a 3D workshop that they may need to catch up on some work, or can explore and develop more work with the aid of somebody, which would be a technician, to support them in doing so. This is broadening and kind of building their confidence so that they can individually go in and independently work outside of set timetabled sessions, and this is offered throughout the whole of the year for the students. Next slide, please. Okay, the creative journey, continued pastoral support. Students on all of our courses will have timetabled sessions for one-to-one individual tutorials. In addition to that, there are group tutorials. Students are constantly, will be getting one-to-one feedback throughout their time on their courses with their tutors in sessions. So there is a constant feedback to the students about how well they're progressing, what they need to do, how to improve their work, so that they're taking a journey of learning. By the time they're coming in, then we have prepared them with a portfolio. They are independent learners ready for their next step that they want to be taking. There are careers and progression talks that are carried out by our learning library staff. They will tell them about progression routes. That will be part, but that's also part that's embedded within the student's journey, which the staff can talk about how they actually take the progression route, applying for university, and how they go about doing that, and the process of applications and everything. Okay, next slide, please. We put up some frequently asked questions that you can go back and have a look at, but obviously we'll be answering some questions with you on this session. So this slide is in there, so if you look back in there, then that you can see some of the ones that are frequently asked. But if we move on to the next slide, because I will take you to the questions and answers section with the staff. I've put into slides to show media, staff, and if anybody wanted to contact any of specific course leaders, their details are here and the courses are listed. If you go to the next slide, please. It will also say again, we've separated art, design and media. So again, the links will be there to the people who will be course leading those courses. Okay, next slide, please. And I just wanted to finish with what happens within the area, which is a really great experience for the students at the end of the year. When all of the students undertake and complete their final major projects, what we do within the campus is We have an end of year show, so we take over all of the downstairs atrium area. We put up display boards. The students have to take part in doing this. It's a show. It's at this point they are showcasing their work. It's open to the public. For the last couple of years, we've had to manage it obviously differently. First year when we were clocked down completely because of COVID, but we did last year. I'm glad to say we managed to put on an end of year show, and it was for people. They could come in and book to come in and see the work. It's a brilliant display. It's professional. And to supplement this as well, what we also do is have an online end of year show. And we have judges, renowned judges who were for different categories, and the students were awarded prizes and got excellent feedback from these judges, who are people working in industry and who are very high caliber artists within their own rights. So this the end of year show and the online exhibition is what really culminates and brings together a year of student hard work, tutor support, tutors working with the students, and it just really showcases what happens here at the Wood Street campus, and it's a celebration for everybody involved. Okay, at this point, I would like to bring back in my colleagues. So we've got Jan, B, Adam, and they are here to, we've got the course leaders, so they're happy to answer any questions that you may have. So oh, Neil, sorry, Neil's coming in too. Okay, so yeah, so Adam is going to be our chair. He's going to be reading out the questions. So that's answer. Let me just introduce them. So we've got Jan.
Hello.
Okay, this is Jan. Adam, if you can wave. Okay, B. And then we've got Neil next to B. Okay, and if you just think, hearing there was a voice behind the slideshows, that's me. All right, so if Adam, have we got questions that people would like us to answer?
No, nothing yet. Nothing come in. So if everybody, you've got questions to ask us, just please write them in the Q&A box at the bottom of your screen.
While we're waiting for any, Adam, would you like to elaborate a bit more? You are the photography.
Yeah, behind me, you can see one of our studios, and right next door to this room is our digital photography suite. I would say that our level 3 photography course is very much industry orientated, so there's quite an industry focus to the students' assignments. They're like client briefs. So at the moment, our first years are shooting a project about advertising product photography, and our second years are producing fashion editorials. The second year, you build up all the sort of core photography skills in the first year, and then when we go into the second, you start looking at how you can use that photography for different fields and different industries like design, web design, video, and so on and so on. Yeah. We're just getting the first question in. What are the hours each week, and what time do you start? Yeah, it varies.
Go on,
I mean,
sorry,
the
Adam.
slots vary depending on the day in the course, don't they? But they're all the same hours every week. Alison, what's the official?
Generally, the students are in for at least 2.5, 3 days a week. If they need to do maths and English, then that will add on additional time to the timetables, because they are compulsory sessions that the students have to attend. There will be an expectation that students work at least 5 hours outside of their talk sessions. That is an expectation of not only us, but of the awarding body, because within any creative industry subject, you've got practical element of what you're doing, but you've also got the written element as well. So it's all the courses are demanding. Obviously, they're A-level equivalent, but generally 3 days. If you've got English and maths, it could be more than that. And the times vary. They're all not just starting at 9 to 5. Some courses, you know, generally on a Wednesday, it's a half day, because that's a day when there's other things that take place within the afternoons on a Wednesday. So, you know, all the courses vary differently in terms of what days they're in and start times. But it, you know, it's generally 9, 9:30, 10 o'clock. There isn't really anyone in after that, unless a group has got an afternoon session. But it would be, you know, if you're in for an afternoon, it would be for at least 2.5 hours.
Okay. I'm getting a few more questions in now. So do you want to, should we just focus on the questions, or go around?
Yeah, let's go around to questions.
Somebody says, I'm interested in, is there an opportunity for students to try other areas within art and design, or do you have to do a specific topic?
Within the art and design, the course is designed throughout the first year, especially in that first term, where it takes you what we call rotation. So we take you through all different areas. So for example, you will have very short projects that take you through textiles, that take you through the workshops, so ceramics and 3D workshop. We sometimes do elements of Photoshop and printing. And then there's studio activities where we're working on drawing, very similar to what Adam has said about his course. In that first year, we're building your skills up. So we're exploring, for the art and design students, you're exploring lots of different areas to find out where your strengths are and what you like and what your interests are. The projects then come after Christmas are quite broad, so you can choose to specialize or choose to forward your work towards a specialism that you've got more interested in. So for instance, if you're more interested in 2D areas, you will tend to direct your projects towards illustration or graphics and those sort of areas rather than 3D. But if you're 3D orientated, you would do that and direct your projects towards, you know, outcomes within architecture or product. Okay. So there is the opportunity in that first year to really explore and experiment with different areas. Okay.
Somebody says, I'm interested in anime. Which course would be best for me?
Anime. So I say that again, Adam.
Somebody says, I'm interested in anime. Which course would be best for me?
Not sure what anime.
It's that animation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Style of anime.
Anime, yeah. Within the media course, we can put forward projects with, I mean, basically a lot of the projects are student designed. So if we're doing a project, say on horror, which we're doing at the, I'm sorry, I'm going out of the, if we're doing a project, say on horror, we can actually adapt the project to be an animation project. Now, anime specifically, you wouldn't really do that. You'd do more general animation. So at university, you wouldn't just go to university to do anime, but that would be maybe your personal style. Similarly, I've got students who are very, very into music production. So on their horror projects at the moment, they're actually producing a horror soundtrack instead of a horror film. So the courses can be quite flexible for things like that. But yeah, you wouldn't do anime as such. We teach you various other animation skills as well.
One thing that I'd like to add to that is within the UAL structure, one of the focuses is on developing your creativity. So you don't just look at one area in terms of a solution to a project. We'd encourage you to actually look at really wide solutions. And if it's still appropriate for an answer, then we'd encourage you to go on that route. But there are lots of different branches to anime. There are lots of different types of anime. So just saying anime in itself is a very wide subject indeed. But we would encourage you to explore and experiment with different areas, because part of the brief within the UAL area is to widen your experience and your skills and your capabilities for the next stage of your life. So you've got to demonstrate that, and part of that will be in your portfolio. So we'd expect you to show a range of things rather than quite a narrow response to problem solving.
Yeah. I mean, I've got a student this year who was into that style of animation, and he's completely changed his taste in animation because we basically shown him other stuff, and he was just a bit blown away that there are other forms out there, and now he's sort of gone in a different direction and he's trying to develop his skills that way, which is quite nice. So he's becoming a broader and more knowledgeable animator.
You can also do animation through the art and design, but it would be in a much more general way. And as Neil says, you would be pushed or stretched to explore your ideas and then take that forward into animation ideas. We wouldn't necessarily spend all the time teaching you different programs or things like that, but it would be directed by ideas and strength of ideas, and then how you communicate that different ways.
Can I just say at this point that if there is anybody who would be interested in games design, animation and VFX, visual effects, or also performing arts, they're not subjects that we've spoken about on this particular session, but they are to be that we do have other sessions following this, so please watch out if those are subject areas that you're into. Okay, but we're not discussing them here. All right, Adam.
Okay. Do we have to do the level 2 fashion and retail to do the level 3 fashion, or is level 3 fashion a different course to the level 2 fashion retail?
They're different courses. The level 2 fashion business retail does you can progress through to the level 3 fashion. The fashion business retail course level 2 is very much it's more an academic. It's about writing reports, about finding out about the fashion industry behind the scenes. It's about what goes on, not on the shop floor within the industry, but behind there, the marketing, the designing. So it's giving you, if someone wanted to take a route into fashion retail, that is a route into a course or working in that industry, but it's more about finding out about what goes on, and it's a report-based written course, whereas the fashion course itself is very much design, responding, it's making, it's learning skills, so that by the time the students leave our course and move on to university, then they will have a portfolio behind them of fashion. What is quite unique about our fashion course is that the students, the technical skills that they gain puts them in a much better place when they go to university. So they're learning the designing theory, problem solving, but they've got the ability to construct the garments as well, which puts them in a better position when they're moving on to university. And at the end of the year, part of the end of the year show that I mentioned earlier, the students put on a fashion show, and we usually do it over the church across the road, which is a beautiful venue for them to do that, and it's professionally done. And we, it's an event where all parents come along, we fill the church. It's an amazing event, and everything that's on that catwalk is designed and constructed by the students themselves. So you can join the level 3, or you can join the level 2. It depends on the qualifications. Yeah, for all of the level 3s, we're looking for 5 A to C GCSEs, 4 and above. Sorry, level 2s would be the lower grades. Okay, Adam.
And next one. How about a student who has EHCP and autism? How will the college help a student like that?
There is excellent support network for students with EHCPs. We have within the area, we have quite a lot of students that come to us. with EHC plans. We have a high proportion of students within the area who actually progress on to higher level courses, achieve the higher grades. Yeah, so that's something that within our area we do have lots of students who do apply, and within the college as well. But yet students, if you're interested in applying, what you would need to do would be, when you put the application through, then there would be an interview arranged with the learning support team, and then they assess, and then that's all put in place for you.
I think it's from our experiences, it very much depends on a student's needs. So there'll be some sort of learning assessment at the very beginning to see what a student needs support with. And that might be in-class support or out-of-class support, help with technology, and so on and so on. So it's on a individual basis normally, isn't it?
Very much.
Now the next question. My son is interested in product design. He chose design and tech as one of his GCSE subjects. Will he still be eligible to apply, as he does not have an art design portfolio? Evidence of work in design and tech.
For the architecture, product and architecture, we do take students who have DT. We would prefer art and design as well, but with the DT, at least you're coming in with those experiences and you have an understanding of how we're directing students through the workshops, being able to make and have that understanding. So that grounding is good enough for you to be able to come and apply for product and architecture.
The next question, I homeschooled my daughter. She's likely to get 3 GCSEs, maybe 4, plus some portfolio work. Would she be considered for a level 2 course, or will she have to take level 1? She already has English GCSE B. Also, would she be considered to take a level 2 or 3 if she studies extra GCSEs at home? Sorry, I was just going to read a little bit because that's quite a long one. Likely to get 3 GCSEs, maybe 4, plus some portfolio work. I think the question is, would that be a level 2 or level 3 that she can progress on to?
That would depend on the work. I would say quality of the work, if she's doing art and design or if she's doing DT. So we're looking at the portfolio there along with the amount of GCSEs. It looks like level 2 if it was suitable enough.
I would also, I mean, when we interview, what I would like to say here is that you know, when we interview somebody and we look at their qualifications and we look at their portfolio, we make sure it's the right course for the right student. If someone has been homeschooled, then maybe because they've been out of education system, then it might be that a level, if you've only got, say, 3 GCSEs, and because you would need 5 to get onto the level 3 course. Yeah. But for someone who's been out of education, maybe the level 2 would be the slower way in. It would also, you're kind of then got that transition back into mainstream. So we look at any application on an individual basis, and then the conversation is had with the tutor. So if for instance somebody came in and they had you know, the right 5 GCSEs, but then they hadn't taken art and their body of artwork wasn't strong enough, then we would recommend, if you know, maybe go to the level 2 first, because that will give you that foundation and put you in a better position before you move up to a level 3 qualification. So the conversations are had, we do interview throughout the year, and then the tutor would make that decision with you, you know, in conversation with you. What we want to make sure is to put the right learner on the right course and not into something that they would maybe struggle with or find difficult. So, and they could tell that from by looking at portfolios. Looking at student sketchworks is really important when it comes to interviews, which is when we interview students, that is what we're looking at.
that's what we would stress, that if you're applying, be prepared to put together a portfolio of work. We're also always interested in personal work as well as school work.
Okay. The next question: how many A levels is the level 3 fashion diploma equivalent to?
3.
Yeah,
3.
that's right across the board. Our level 3 courses, the equivalent of 3 A levels for the full 2-year course. Okay. Next question: what are the progression pathways for level 3 creative media production?
Let me get in short, sorry. Well, they're myriad, vast. Predominantly, most of us, sorry, I'm not in short here. Most of our students will go and do media production, video production, production for TV and video. We've got students this year going to do broadcast journalism, sports journalism, standard journalism. We have students do marketing, advertising, script writing, creative writing. Basically, because there's a little sort of academic side to the course, it really does lead to sort of other things as well. We've even had students go and do law, because media law is a big growth area now. What else to do? Some do animation, some do special effects, some do we had some students going on to do graphics as well. So it's quite a broad range of. There's a lot of routes out. So PR, event design, things like that. Yeah, lots of routes out.
Next question: I'm interested in level 3 3D product design and architecture. If I don't get the required entry grades, what would be the next best course for me to apply for?
The level 2 art and design, because it gives you the good grounding. It does a mixture of 2D and 3D skills building. It also will prepare you to come through to the level 3, so it's equivalent of the 5 GCSEs. It's very good to get extra time in as well, especially you get to know how to approach the projects, and you're building up that skill level that will progress you straight through to the level 3. Although I have to state, any level 2 through to level 3 requires an interview, so you do go through the interview process again.
Okay. And when do the interviews take place?
The applicants are applying now. We do receive applications quite early, within just after January. Yeah, we start interviewing in January. So what happens is that we have set times for the courses. Candidates come, they once they receive an invite, they come in, they bring work with them to show the tutor, and then they will be offered either conditional offers when they're interviewed, but obviously that would be conditional pending achieving the grades. So if you want to apply, please apply now, and we'll be interviewing in January, and we do that throughout the whole of the year.
And then last question we've got, unless there's anyone else last minute, but the last question: do you have any students who are now famous?
Originally taught Thomas Heatherwick.
Thomas Heatherwick.
But that wasn't here. But I keep in touch with quite a lot of students over maybe the last 10 to 15 years, and there's been a great success of students working in all different areas, going from art and design. It really is quite a very wide variety. A lot of them have gone self-employed, but I can't say I would say they are famous as such. No.
It's just we have plenty of people that are quite successful in the industries, don't we? But household names, famous. But yeah, photography has, we've got some people who are very successful in sports car photography. I've got a lad who's traveling the world shooting Ferraris up in sort of the Italian Alps and things like that. I've got quite a well-known football photographer. I've got students getting into the fashion industry. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you've got
wildlife.
Yeah.
Wildlife photography.
Yeah, I mean, the thing with our stuff is it is predominantly behind the scenes, but we've got people working at Sky, BBC. We've got people working in America now, in LA. We've got people working for Channel 4. I sort of tend to keep in touch sort of vaguely on Facebook sort of over the last 15 years, but yeah, there are a lot of people in those kind of jobs now, so they are progressing. Not all have gone to university, interestingly enough. Some did, but are still progressing really well, working for I saw one of my old students' names as a film editor on a program the other night. I had no idea that they were you know, there, so that was really cool. It's nice to see. So yeah, they are getting jobs, which is nice.
Oh, someone's hands up.
Please.
I've loaded it, haven't I?
Put your own hand up.
Please got a hand up.
Oh, sorry, I thought I'd load it. Hey. Sorry.
But that's it. No more questions in the Q&A box.
Can I thank you on behalf of the team for joining us today for the open event. If you want to find out any information afterwards, then if you go back to the recording, then it will show you on the PowerPoint slides the course leaders to contact, or if you want to contact me direct, Alison Cook, Barnet and Southgate College.ac.uk. More than happy to forward your questions and onto the relevant tutors. We will be, as I say, for performing arts and also next gen game design, animation and visual effects, which is an exciting program that we've got running at the college as well. They will be separate webinars, so please join into those if you're interested in either one of those courses. And there's also an open event, if you watch out for that, also, which will be coming up soon, by the end of the month. You can come and meet the team. It's going to be open on a Wednesday afternoon, you know,
Face to face. Yeah.
And it'll be face to face. It'll be nice to see people again face to face. We've got excellent facilities up here on the top floor. It's not until people come and look to see exactly what we've got here that they're like, wow, didn't realise you had that at the top at Barnet High Street, in this Wood Street campus, and meet the team. They're a fantastic bunch. I can't praise them enough for what they do for the students. The students really do feel supported when it gets to the end of the year and they've moving on to university. They don't want to go. They've had such a good experience here, and what we want to do is see their journey and their pathway, you know, kind of really take off, and we get them to a point, getting them ready for university or internal progression, and it's down to these guys here, who I, you know, can't praise more than enough. So yeah, come and meet the team. You can see us face to face, not in these horrid little boxes. So I'm going to say we're going to sign off.
And look forward to your applications.
Yes.
Please
yes.
get in touch, come to the open day, and we look forward to meeting any future students.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
And future famous people.
That'll be us.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.